Deleting the factory resonator on the S550 Mustang was a great way to save a little bit of weight and get a lot more volume from the factory exhaust system. We have no doubt the 650 is going to be the exact same way, so today we're going to install this Accelatec X-Pipe resonator delete on our 24 Mustang GT. This Accelatec X-Pipe resonator delete is made of 2.5-inch mandrel bent stainless steel, and it'll be a direct replacement for the factory resonator. This will require cutting for installation, but again, it's going to save weight and add a lot more volume to the factory exhaust on our 24 Mustang GT. Before we jump into the installation video, if you have any questions about the tools we're using, check out cjponyparts.com/tools or click the link up in the corner for a free exclusive PDF and video showing you the tools you should have in your toolbox and how to safely and properly use them. So we finally found an actual practical use for the remote rev feature. I can actually stand behind the car now and rev it and hear the factory exhaust for myself behind the car and not inside like normal. So if you're regular on our channel, you probably know there's two ways you can do a resonator delete on an S550 or S650 chassis. First, you can do it with the exhaust on the car and simply carefully cut the pipes out. The other way is to take the catback off. Since removing the catback isn't terribly difficult, if you have some help, that's the way I'm going to recommend doing it. So we're going to remove our catback as our first step. So the 650 has this new pan that comes in from the back. Start by removing these two screws, and we're going to bend the bracket forward out of the way. Next, remove these two bolts for the rear hangers. And then hook from the subframe. Next, we're going to loosen up the front clamps. Before we do that though, bend these tabs out so the clamps can slide back. Now loosen, but don't remove these. Now we're going to slide the clamps back and then slide the entire cat back off, remove it as one piece. You will need an additional set of hands for this. You want to have someone holding the mufflers in the back while I'm going to do the front. So line up your X-Pipe on top of your resonator, then you're going to mark some lines back here. I grab a tape measure and basically measure 2 inches in from each of those lines. And that's going to be our cut line. Now we're going to grind this clean, get rid of any kind of sharp edges. Now grab a resonator delete, install the supplied clamps, make sure the curve's on the passenger side, and connect to the tailpipes. We're just going to snug up the clamps. We'll make final adjustments on the car. Now you're going to carefully lift it into place. Remember, the clamps are only snugged, so the mufflers may move. Okay, with the muffler straight, tighten these down. And tighten the front clamps. Okay, and then rehang the exhaust hanger hooks and install the bolts. And reinstall the belly pan screws. And our installation is finished. All right, let's hear how our Accelatec X-Pipe Resonator Elite sounds. Our Accelatec X-Pipe Resonator Elite gave our Mustang a much more raspy tone and a lot more volume as well. Now, the installation of this you do have to cut, so give yourself about 2 hours or so. Be back on the road in no time.